Hey everybody, it's Professor Hatch. This video is for the outline for the rhetorical analysis essay. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we'll get right into that. I'm just going to share my entire screen. And there's the Zoom tab that you didn't need to see. There's another tab you don't need to see. Let's just go straight to this tab, the rhetorical analysis outline. So I am assuming that at this point, since I asked you to do it in week one, and very likely since I really hope, unless something went wrong, I hope I sent you an email before the semester started asking you to look at these 2 pages. But if you haven't yet done so, please look at the basic essay structure page. And if you have time, look at the videos, or at least part of the videos on the structured writing from an outline page. They are going to be incredibly useful. If not for every essay you write in the future, for every essay you write in this class, they are going to be very helpful. In any case, also, I just want to point out here that there is a English 1A outline template. And actually, just real quick, I'm going to go back over to the rhetorical analysis essay. There is an essay template that I include on all of my essay prompts in this class. You can literally just click on this and it'll open up a Word doc, or I should say it'll open up a file, and then you can download the file to your hard drive. You can copy and paste it. If you don't use Microsoft Word, you can use, and you use Google Docs, you can import this into Google Docs or copy and paste it into Google Docs. It's anyway, this is a pre-formatted template for you to not have to worry. Obviously, you'll have to change student name to your name, and then student last name to whatever your last name is. And, you know, the date, essay title, you're going to do all that, but it's otherwise pre-formatted so that you don't have to worry about screwing around with MLA formatting, which is a giant pain in the ass for a lot of people. And I don't want you to spend your time stressing formatting in this class. I would much rather you spend your time stressing you know, writing the essays. You're doing a good job on essay structure. Essay structure on every essay is worth 30% of your grade. All right, let's actually talk about the outline now that we're probably 3 minutes into this. You can click on the outline template here, which I am actually going to do real quick. For those of you who watched the outline for the rhetorical analysis, look, it finally opened. See, it worked. I'm going to close that. All right, so there is the outline template. I'm just going to download it to my local computer here. I'm going to open it up. And here we have everything you need for an outline. So I have this first body paragraph, a body paragraph. If you're going to use 2 pieces of evidence in a paragraph, this is how it would be structured: topic, sentence, context, evidence, analysis, context, evidence, analysis, transition. What do all those things mean? Please read the basic essay structure page and look at the videos on the structured writing from an outline page. I don't want this video to be half an hour long. So what do you have to do for this? Is, by the way, just a full outline. If we look over here at the assignment page, let's actually cancel out of that. If we look over here at the assignment page, you only have to do the parts that are not crossed out and in red. So for the intro paragraph, you only need to come up with a thesis statement. And I can't stress this enough. In fact, I'm going to stop the screen share real quick. I can't stress this enough. Writing a good essay does not mean writing a good essay from the start. So this is not a rough draft. You are working on an outline. The rough draft of your essay is supposed to be shitty. It's not supposed to be good or perfect or finished. It's supposed to be rough, which is to say shitty. Everything I've ever written, I have published books out there. Every single thing I've ever written started out shitty. It's revising that makes things good. Just saying. in any case, these future outline videos will not be this long, I promise. So let the rough draft suck. And then we're not even doing a rough draft. This is an outline. So I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about for what to do with this outline here. For the intro paragraph, all you have to do is the thesis statement. So literally, you can just do something like James Baldwin's main point in his essay, Notes of a Native Son, is that, and I'm just going to let you fill that in. I'm not going to give it to you. There's a couple options for what his main point is. I don't care which of those you choose. And maybe you see something I don't that is totally valid. I don't know. If you have questions, we can talk about it on Remind, or we can meet on Zoom during my office hours, or at some other point if that is absolutely necessary. So anyway, James Baldwin's main point in his essay Notes of a Native Son is that blank, and he supports his point using several examples of, I'm just going to say, pathos and logos. Maybe he uses all three. He definitely uses all three, but maybe you're only going to focus on just those two things. That is fine. You do not have to find a quote that it makes a use of all three. You just have to find three quotes. And then if all of those quotes are only appealing to pathos, or if they're only appealing to logos or ethos, that's totally fine. Alternatively, you could theoretically, I suppose, find one quote that uses both or all three things, ethos, pathos, and logos, and then use the same quote for each of your three body paragraphs. But instead, you would be talking about how it is pathos in one, logos in another, and ethos in the third. If you want to do that, cool. It's entirely up to you. So there is, this is not a great thesis statement, but this is an example of what a thesis statement might look like. So I'm going to get rid of all of this stuff because we're only going to be using, this is just a short essay. So body paragraph with two pieces of evidence. I'm just going to get rid of this entirely. And then we don't have to do analysis in any of these. If we look back over here at the assignment, it's just the topic, sentence, contents, context, evidence, and transition. So let's give an example of these. Topic sentence, which is the main idea of the paragraph you are working on. Baldwin makes effective use of pathos in his essay. So there's a topic sentence. I now know that you're going to be writing about a quote that uses pathos. And then the context might be something like, he does this as he discusses the death of his father and the birth of his baby sister. There's just one sentence of context. And then what is the quote you're actually going to be using here? So the quote that I'm thinking of is something like, the dead man mattered, the new life mattered, and then blah, 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 whiteness, blackness do not matter. I can't remember exactly how the rest of that quote goes. And then, of course, you are going to cite it, and Baldwin, blank space, and then I'm just going to say that's on page, I don't know, 603. I have no idea if that's true. I'm not going to look it up right now. You will notice that the citation is there. It is the last name of the author, a space, and then the page number. And that a period goes after the citation, not before. And then finally, a transition. What is a transition going to look like? In addition to pathos, Baldwin, let's use that, use caps there. Baldwin makes good use of ethos. Okay, so this now lets me know that the topic sentence for the next body paragraph is going to be talking about a quote that makes use of ethos. Now, one of the other things you have to do in this assignment is you've identified the quote, you've talked about whether or not it is an example of ethos, pathos, or logos. The other thing you have to do is talk about whether or not that quote makes his overall point weaker or stronger. Does the quote strengthen his overall argument or weaken it? Where you do that is in the analysis, which is not what I'm requiring you to do for this essay, or sorry, for this outline. This outline, you're just doing all this other stuff, and then I'll share my screen again. I don't even know why I stopped sharing it. If we go back to the assignment page, once you have this outline done, you turn it in, get your points. When it comes time to work on the rough draft, all you have to do for that is to do all these parts that are crossed out in red, introduce the topic, give a little background information. In each of the body paragraphs, you're going to need to write your analysis. You do not need, again, you don't need a transition ever for the third body paragraph, if you're going into the conclusion anyway. So what is the analysis? It's going to be 3 to 4 sentences just explaining how your evidence supports the topic sentence of your paragraph. I mean, really what you are doing for that is talking about whether or not, with your analysis, you're going to be talking about whether or not this argument, his use of pathos, strengthens or weakens his overall argument, or logos or ethos or whatever. The reason I don't have you do the analysis in the outline is because the analysis is actually the hardest part of writing an essay. All of this other stuff is pretty simple stuff. If we look here, I literally just pulled this stuff out of my head in, I don't know, a minute and a half. It's not, there's nothing terribly clever or good about what I just wrote here. It does the job it needs to do, but otherwise it's just nothing special. The evidence part of your body paragraph, this is where it gets hard. This is you explaining your own personal thoughts on Baldwin's essay. That's actually hard. All of the analysis is always the hardest part of writing the essay. It's you basically telling us what your original thought is. It doesn't have, not original, but you know what your own thoughts are. You are relating to the reader what your thoughts are on the subject matter you're writing about. The rest of this, you're just finding quotes and you're writing sentences that honestly can be, I just like this thing right here, this thesis statement. This is literally just me using a template. I use templates for all kinds of things. In addition to X, also Y. I use that formula for every transition. So hopefully that is, hopefully that makes sense. And again, if it doesn't, please do read the basic essay structure page, and please look at the videos on the structured writing from an outline page. And hopefully between that and this video, it will make sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here. Rhetorical analysis, there's no A there. Outline. And I am going to wind up uploading this to Canvas. I will put it in the file section. If you go over here on the left to files, and then you go to assignment examples, there will be a file in here that says there's clearly already research paper examples, but I don't have examples yet for the other essays because I'm doing that right now. But I will have the file uploaded for the rhetorical analysis outline. So you'll be able to find that in here. There will not be a sample essay. I just don't have one at the moment. But there will be this outline that you can look at that I just used in this video, and that'll hopefully make sense. All right, this has gone on, I'm sure, way too long. I'm going to stop talking now. If you have questions, text me on Remind, send me a message through Canvas, but actually just text me through Remind. It really is the best way to get in touch with me, and it's certainly my favorite way for you to contact me. I'm going to shut up now. I will talk to you soon. Bye.